Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to, yet again, another Boruto, Naruto the Next Generation review. So when it comes down to this episode of Boruto, my overall impressions of this episode was just that it was very predictable. Very predictable indeed. And I even stated exactly what was going to happen in the last few reviews I did for the previous episodes of Boruto. And that is that Boruto is literally going to talk no jutsu Sumire, the vice president girl. I was right. And it's not just the fact that Boruto, talk no jutsu'd the vice president girl to get out of the state of mind that she was in currently. I mean, she literally thought that she was a walking tool, only set for a set path of fate in order to actually just destroy about the Hidden Leaf village without her actually putting any thought into it. She was only doing it for her father's wishes without any consideration that she is her own person and that she doesn't have to live by the rules of her father and she can live her own life. But even despite after finally accepting her own existence and her own free will to actually go about changing her life, she still ended up almost putting the whole entire village in, a massive state of chaos. She was a big threat. She was a big threat to the village. And what they showed at the end was just do these characters learn anything? I mean, the girl looks like she's gonna get off the hook, okay? And this is to be expected. I know because it's Boruto, and Boruto's aimed at kids, mainly. But the thing is that, I mean, come on. If you are threatening, a city, or a country, or what have you, there has to be repercussions for that. But no, it really just seems like she pretty much got off the hook from this, or is just receiving very minimal punishment, because all we see at the end is Sai take her by the hand and say, you know what, let's just talk for a bit, let's just talk for a bit. I walk the same sort of path as you, and while that's true, while Sai did kind of, have a very similar sort of mindset, just like the vice president girl did, at the same time, it's just like, you're putting this is some of the problems that I have with Naruto and just Boruto to begin with, is that, the characters don't seem to get any characterization whatsoever. And when they do seem like they are actually getting characterization, it's very, very minimal. Or simply, they just don't learn anything. And it just really sucks. It does, because I would like to see some characters actually receiving punishment and actually learning from their actions, and then they can bring over a new leaf. With Sumire, she's gonna be bringing over a new leaf, definitely, from what it looks like, but she's not learning from her actions, from what it seems like. It's just, I don't know. The Boruto series is very predictable. I mean, if you have seen Naruto to begin with, you can definitely tell what's going to happen within, the next couple episodes to come, just on how, certain things play out. And I totally guessed, in my past few reviews, like I stated before, that Sumire was going to be talk no jutsu'd from Boruto, and then directly after that, she is going to get away with it. She is not really going to learn much, and because of the fact that she's a kid, so they're not really going to turn too much consideration to the fact that a kid threatened the village, but at the same time, you still threaten the village. You should be accounted for an adult and freaking locked up and shit. Oh, okay, anyway, with that said, I'm done talking about the bad when it comes down to this episode. But that's, other than that, that's really only the biggest gripe that I had with this episode, and that it was just very predictable. But the animation looked really good at some points, especially during the fight in the beginning with Boruto and also Nue, or Nu, however you want to pronounce it, the big monster. That battle was cool. You can actually see some expressions. And I remember, actually, whoever does the expressions for the characters in Boruto, I really do give praise for, because there has been several episodes. I don't know if this is actually done by one single team or if they have different people coming on the project, but you can definitely tell there's a variety of different animation expressions when it comes down to the characters. If you really pay close attention, you can see very, very details and different characterizations regarding the character's overall expression. And I thought that was really cool when Boruto was jumping over, it seems like the wind was blowing at him as he was trying to traverse across, Nue and up and around and whatnot. The wind is like blowing in his face, and you see like his, just whole mouth opens up and shit like that. I don't know. Like, when it comes down to the animation was very detailed compared to the other episodes. I'm not saying that the animation was, in fact, as good as something like Ufotable or whatnot, but I'm just saying that, for what we got in this episode, it was definitely better than what we have seen in previous episodes.
But yeah, I think that's really all that happened in this episode. Just we see a fight between Boruto and Nue, and then also the Vice President girl ends up getting Talk no Jutsu by Boruto, and at the end, really, Sumeri doesn't receive any sort of divine punishment whatsoever. It's very, very minimal. She's just getting a scolding, pretty much. So, I mean, that's basically the whole episode in a nutshell, but the fights were entertaining, to say the least, especially with Mitsuki and also Nue and Boruto. That was kind of cool. Now, as far as where Boruto is going to go from here, I'm not exactly sure, but hopefully, they really built up this villain. They really built up this villain to actually be something, like, really destructive. And to see that it turns out to be, like, I knew, just announcing that Sumeri was the villain was going to go fall down flat on its face. But hopefully when it comes to the later episodes of Boruto, we actually get a better villain. If you build up another villain, you better build up the villain to actually, give our characters some sort of obstacle, I mean, just to be defeated, by simply talking. Like, I don't know. Oh, man, this is turning out to be a rant. I'm probably just going to title this video a rant. I haven't done a rant in a while, but this is probably a rant because that's all really I'm talking about. But anyways, I can't really expect anything less from Boruto. I mean, if I know how Naruto plays out, I know how Boruto is going to play out, but I'm very curious as to where the other episodes are going to go from here. Hopefully they are a lot better in terms of the build-up for its villains, because what we saw in episode 1 of Boruto looked really, really cool, and it seemed as, it had a darker tone and whatnot, and I really want to see what's going to happen later down the line. But so far, with these 14 episodes of Boruto, they haven't really been my thing. I mean, I've been enjoying it to an extent, but I'm just really not that engrossed as I would love to be within this series. So, with that said, with this arc concluded, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen later down the line in the series of Boruto as the episodes go on. And I'm very curious to hear your overall opinions on this arc in general. So definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you guys thought about this entire arc, which basically is comprising the very first 14 chapters of this Boruto series thus far. We might get a new opening in the very next episode of Boruto, because we did get a new ending, but then again, sometimes with Naruto, we usually got new endings before we actually got new openings. So we might stick with this new sort of ending for a while until we hit about maybe 25 episodes or so before we get a new opening, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I will say that the new ED I like a whole lot better than With that said, everyone, thank you all for watching. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What did you think about this episode? What did you think about this whole entire arc of Boruto, the first 14 episodes of the series? Do you think Sumeri will learn her lesson? Do you think we'll actually get a better villain in the next arc? And do you think that we will get another Talk no Jutsu out of Boruto when it comes to the next villain? Hopefully not. Let me know your overall thoughts in the comments section down below. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you're new, consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.